Hello and welcome to the St. George's Smashing T20 Cricket. The first time this tournament has been played in the last few years, and we are live here from St. George's College in the capital, Harare. Prince Edward taking on Hellenic, and Hellenic won the toss and they elected to bat first. So just waiting for the two batters to enter from Hellenic. And opening the batting for Hellenic, Ronak Patel and Spiwe Shlope. Actually, it's not. It's Landman, Matthew Landman and Ronak Patel. Two Form 4s of Hellenic Academy. And looks like Patel will take first crack here. Shlope to get us underway here. Left arm spin to start the proceedings off. Touch down the ground there for one. So we're underway here. Landman taking guard. It's right arm around the wicket, not left arm action, sorry, the viewers. Top ball. Just gone for the scoop around the corner. And first boundary here. Great shot. Off to a decent start here, 5-0 after the first three balls. And Shlope responds there with it fired in wide. Top ball, we'll be happy with that. Landman again going for that sweep. And he's just lobbed it in the air. Great catch there from Prince Edward. It was a bit of a nothing shot. And Makatara takes that catch and now enters in Josh Martel for Hellenic. Starting off well here. Hellenic 5 for 1. Drop ball to finish the over there. So we close out the first over. Hellenic of 5, the loss of 1 wicket. Martel and Patel have come together as the partnership. Change of equipment there for young Patel. And Makatare, who took that wonderful catch, is now getting us underway from the city end. So spin to open up both overs here. Interesting ploy from the Prince Edward Tigers. Short and punished by Patel. Commanding shot there. For the loss of 1 wicket. Great shot there from Patel. Finds his length again, dot ball. So he's responded well. Just missing the fielder there, and Patel again gets a single down to mid wicket. Brings Martel on strike. Great shot there from Martel. Gets down and sweeps it. And the second boundary of the over. It's 14 for 1. And Makatare has been a bit expensive here. It's gone for 9 so far. Oh, he's chipped it back to him. Has Martel. Great catch there from Makatare off his own bowling. And Hellenic are in trouble here. 14 for the loss of 2 wickets. And with the fall of that wicket, Westhoff to the crease for Hellenic. So spin has paid off here for Prince Edward. Got 2 quick wickets here. Great catch is taken by both catches from Makatare. So it looks like he's got a safe pair of hands. Serves up a full peach, and to get off the mark straight away, a booming 6 there from Westhoff, and it ends that over. Hellenic are 20 for 2, and deservingly punished was Makatare for serving up a full peach. Signalling his intent from the outset as Westhoff. Short pitch to continue from the Botanical Garden end. And Patel carving that away over the offside field, back at a point for another 4 runs. So they're picking up regular boundaries here, Hellenic. .24 for 2. Short, and again cut through the covers there, but there is protection, and taking a risky second run there, but Westhoff just making his ground in time. So Patel's showing what he wants to do. He wants to keep the scoreboard ticking as regularly as possible, minimize the dot balls. Carving it up in the air, and comfortable catch taken at mid-off, and Patel, after singing his praises, has just thrown his wicket away. Chitamere, the fielder, under that one, safe pair of hands, and in walks Matthew Skonkin for Hellenic Academy. So the story is continuously written. A wicket and over here at the moment, but it brings the dangerous Westhoff on strike. Shorpe. That's a second wicket in as many overs. Firmly struck down the ground and off the mark. Again for this over is Westhoff. So scoreboard still ticking on nicely at 27 for 3. But that wicket column is what will be worrying any of the camp in the Hellenic, giving away regular wickets. It's down the ground by Skonkin. So he's off the mark without any hesitation. Carved through the mid-wicket gap by Westhoff. So not a bad over there for Hellenic. Yes, the loss of Patel's wicket, but they still kept the scoreboard ticking over. 29 for 3, going at just under 10s. Can change of bowling here. Chitamere has replaced Makatara. Again, another spin option here for Prince Edward. So full of spinners is this outfit of Prince Edward. Wicketkeeper just not happy with his field placings yet, so stopping the bowler in his tracks. And he served up a full toss again, and Westhoff has just gifted his wicket away. Story of Hellenic's batting innings so far is they've just given their wickets away too easily. He's the 4th victim of a catch. And with that walks in the captain of Hellenic, Sipiwe Shlope. Skonken managed to get on strike. Plenty of time under that ball for the batters to cross. So first ball from Chitimere picks up a wicket. Fires that one in a little bit shorter. Bit more pace on then from his first ball. Again, quicker through the air. A little bit of nerves here starting to show from the Hellenic side. It's a good over so far. Chitimere hasn't conceded a run. Short and cut away, but well stopped, preventing a certain boundary. And that is the first run of the over for Hellenic Academy. Moves the score on nicely, 30 for 4. But again, that wicket column is going to worry any members from the Hellenic camp. Lost 4 quick wickets, soft wickets as well. Again, that back of the length line from Chitimere proving very good for his side. He's dried up the runs as we stand. It's a tidy over from Chitimere, only conceding 1 off of it. And it ends the 4th over 30 for 4, so it dried up the runs quite significantly. Shlope to continue. It's looked good so far. 2 wickets for 14 runs, going at 7 and over. Easy single there for Skonken. Nudging it back to mid-off. Mid-off having a bit of a nap on the ring there. Brings Shlope on strike. Off the mark is Sipiwe Shlope, nudging it down the ground to long on for 1.
Sorry, it's okay. How are you doing? John, it's different cricket. It's different rules. So it's the T20, they've only got an hour and a quarter.
So threw the shot later than the ball arrived. Chipped just over the infield by Skonken. Down to deep mid-wicket. Heart and mouth stuff. Skonken thought it's another catch to Prince Edward. Shlope's been tidy. It's been a good over thus far, and he finishes off well. So he's only gone just over 5s, for his 3 overs so far, picking up the 2 early wickets, that of Landman and Patel, the 2 openers of Hellenic. Chitamere has been given another over here after that superb first one, and Skonken on strike. Short, wide, and Skonken nudges it into the covers for 1. See him up there, but Schlope dismisses it for 4. Great shot there, pulled off his hips. And he opens up his account. A fine boundary. And Chitamere responding well there. Another dot ball. Delicate touch there. Guided down to short third man. Rotating the strike here. Are these 2? Short and wide again. Skonken can't find the gap. Straight to the fielder. So another tidy over here thus far by Chitamere. Gone for 6 in that over. And that ends the power play. Hellenic 39 for 4. And the run rates come down quite significantly. They were going at 10s at one stage. It's now come down to just over 6. Shorpet to finish up his quota here. He's done well, especially bowling in the power play. Only conceding 17 this far. Now there's more fielders out protecting, so hopefully he would want to end up with another wicket. Schlope down the ground, picks up a single. Delicate little flick off his hips there from Skonken. And unfortunately finding the boundary there. So 4 runs there to Skonken. Elegant little flick off the hips. Schlope won't be too happy with that. One there for Skonken. So 45 for 4. In the 7th over here. Skonken and Schlope doing well to steady the flow there. Lucky to get away with that one. Looked a little bit wide. Can Schlope end up well here? He's done his bowled his 4 overs very respectfully, and he ends off well with a dot ball. That ends his quota. We won't see him in action until he's got Willow in hand for 2 for 23, going at 6s or just under. It's not a bad effort in a T20 game, especially in the era of power hitting. This tactic has worked well for Prince Edward. Partnership sitting at 16 at the moment between these two. This tactic from Prince Edward has worked out well, opening up with spinners. Hasn't made it easy for Hellenic to score.
Of something. Yes. Yeah. Just enough. They came back in the second half. Yeah.
And another dot ball by Chitimere.
I don't understand. Can you explain this? Which one is the school?
Nudged on the ground by Schlope. Good running there from the two Hellenic batters. Turn that one into a two. No run there. Well, tight lines here has Chitimere done well. So over's only gone for 3. And put that in quicker. Schlope didn't quite time that well, but still gets the single. It's a good over there. Only going for 4. See, there's the one. On the ground just for the single. 4 spinners used thus far. And that brings the 50 up for Hellenic Academy. In the arc for Skonken. Taken well on the boundary there. Another wicket for Prince Edward. And it's the man who's just finished his bowling, Mushope, who's taken that catch. So again, catching practice here for Prince Edward, and they haven't dropped one yet. And at the fall of that wicket, in walks John Mark Bernardi. $50 for 5. Doesn't make for good reading if you're a Hellenic Academy supporter. However, if you are supporting the Prince Edward Tigers, you would be very happy with this scorecard at the moment. Still 12 overs to bat, and they just need to calm down here to Hellenic Academy. Schlope is on strike, and he comes down the wicket, finds the outside half of the bat, but dot ball nonetheless for Garwe. Firing it a little bit wider there, and Schlope does well to get it up the ground for 1.
those are some of the things.
Got away again. Middle and off, and lured Bernardi out of his crease. Great work there from the keeper. There's another wicket. 51 for 6. And Ryan Kwawemba smart work behind the stumps there. And then walks to the crease Colvillion. Sure his dad somewhere around watching him.
Not only Christian, but under the Roman.
Almost as if he's watching it from home.
I assumed when I say it the other way around.
Again, finding the outside half of the bat. And they steal a single there. Misfield there, a short third man. But he's off the mark. I don't care what level of cricket you play. There's always nerves. You always want to get off the mark as quick as possible. That ends the 9th over, sorry. 52 for 6. Hellenic Academy. And Chitamere potentially will finish up here. He's bowled tidily so far. He's only gone for 11 runs in his 3 overs.
Others can either work, there are some who work with refugees and send going to South Africa. There's one guy who's a medical doctor, so he's not working
Brilliant on strike. Slower through the air there than what he has been. And still gets the dot ball, does Chitamere. Positive there from Villiers coming forward on the front foot, getting a single to mid-wicket, ticking the scoreboard over. They can't get consumed by dot balls, and that's what Prince Edward have done so well thus far, is they just keep churning out those dot balls. That's missed everything, even the keeper, and it's gone away for 4 byes. So disappointment there for the keeper.
I just went home for, I was in my
57 for 6. Again, quicker through the air, but finding the right areas. Can't hit that, no matter how hard you try. It's great bowling here from Chitamere. Faster through the air again, into the hole, and Shlope does well to get it down the ground for 1. That ends the 10th over, 58 on the board for the loss of 6 wickets. They're currently going at just over 5s. Hellenic Academy. Currently the partnership sitting at 7 runs between these 2 batters. If they can stay together for a little bit longer and absorb some of this pressure, hopefully they can free their arms up a little bit towards the back end of the innings. Gadwe to Shlope, he nudges it down the ground for 1.
I was even telling one of the guys that
It's all that they need to start doing is just ticking it over, ticking it over.
But I stayed there for 3 years. 2 years.
Great sweep there from young Viljoen. Picks up 2 runs there. Gadre having a dream start, picking up 2 wickets in his first over. Again, positive intent shown coming forward to that. Gadre beating the outside edge of the bat. And it's the first catch that Prince Edward have dropped. It was hit quite firmly into the covers. Does well to stop the run though. Unnecessary there from Prince Edward, gifting a run there to Hellenic. Viljoen adding to his tally. It's a good over thus far, only going for 4. And again, damage limited, just a single. 62 for 6. 63 for 6 after the 11th over, sorry.
Teach. How come you insisting?
It's a 1 there on the ground. That's a suicidal second run. They've lost another wicket.
But it was a nice experience, right? Look back, international.
64 for 7. They did complete 1 run in that too. It has not been a dream start for Hellenic Academy at all. They've lost 7 soft wickets. Soft wickets. And with the loss of that wicket brings Luke van Zyl to the crease. Slope off strike there. He's ticking over nicely, is Slope. PT. Dot ball. Following in his partner's footsteps, Chitamere, drying up the runs. Okay. And Van Zyl going for a kaif there, but saved by the wide. So PT will have to bowl that again. Using the crease nicely does Van Zyl. Turn it off his hips for the single. And trapped on the crease there. And the easiest decision the umpires had to make today. chapped in front on the back foot. And that's the loss of the 8th wicket. Shlope, the man who was in, has lost his wicket. And that brings in Graydon Free. And with that, we'll have a change in the commentary box.
So Hellenic in all sorts of trouble here. 67 for 8 of 12 overs. And got to be said, committed a bit of suicide. Hasn't been great from them. Take nothing away from Prince Edward. They've caught well, they've fielded well. And Hellenic have manufactured ways of getting out. They need a partnership. I haven't been able to do that either. And, just the fear that the title of playing T20 cricket has maybe forced Hellenic to think that they need to play different. So Garwe into his 3rd over, 2 for 9, 2 new batters at the crease, Graydon Free on strike. Can hit a really long ball, but in this situation where they're under pressure, it's going to have to try and build some kind of partnership. He's not going to have the freedom to play the shots he wants to play. Goes big on this occasion, doesn't quite middle it, it should just be the 1, and is. So Graydon Free off the mark. Just the 2 off the over so far. So another good over from Garwe. Has 2 balls left. Criminal. Hellenic are on the danger of being bowled out. A 69 for 8. 1 ball shy of 13 overs. Just need to consolidate a little bit. So another good one from Garwe. Ends the 13th. 69 for 8. So PT from CABS end, 1 over, 1 for 4, full toss. Free goes big, and I told you he's a big strong boy, and he muscles that for 6. A good start to the over. They're going to need a lot more of those, will Hellenic, to get themselves back in this game. Fadswa PT off the first ball. Edge. They'll take them wherever they can, will Hellenic. At the moment, unfortunately not overly confident. That's not a great shot from Van Zyl. Prays across the line, and another one goes down for Hellenic. So 9 down now, and pretty ordinary cricket from the men in grey. Hellenic's last batsman, Ben Banks, walks to the crease. Faree on strike. wild swish outside off stump. It'll be interesting to see where that would have landed if Farid did middle it. So after the first ball going for 6, great finish from PT. He picks up a wicket, caught and bowled, and 3 dot balls to boot. What he's also done is he's kept Benjamin Banks, number 11, on strike for his bowling partner, which I think is going to be Garwe. 2 for 10 off 3 overs for Garwe. He'll be bowling to Benjamin Banks. 76 for 9 off 14 overs. That's good work from Banks. Gets himself off the mark. He has contributed on a couple of occasions for Hellenic, and at club level, Ben Banks, he does bat low down the order, but he's a little bit better than that. Farid goes hard down the ground, just a single. To let that one go. Maybe not a bad idea from Banks. No doubt that the message has been, guys, let's just try and bat 20 overs. Another dot ball. Just see Garwe off. He's bowled well. It's his last over. Just has 1 ball left. And the umpire decides that one is wide. Down the leg side. Just trying to cramp the batsman for room. So he'll have to re-bowl that one. 79 now for 9, 1 ball left in the 15th. And Banks happy to just watch it go. End of the 15th, 79 for 9. So he's bowled 2 overs, has PT from the clubhouse end, 2 for 11 off 2. He'll be bowling to Graydon Farid. Goes big, straight down the ground. Will just should only be 1, and is. So Banks on strike. PT happy to just ensure he bowls it as full as he can. Happy to give away the single down the ground. Wait for Hellenic to make the mistake. Play and miss. It's interesting to see if there's actually some turn on this wicket. There has been quite a few edges off the spinners. Quite a few play and misses. And that one will be a wide down the leg side, says the umpire. That one Banks does get off the middle of the bat, but he won't score off it, so it's a really good over so far from PT. Just the single. Brings Farid back on strike. 2 balls left in the over. Brings Farid back on strike. 2 balls left in the over. Another wide. Looks like that one gripped in the surface a bit. I've been wondering if there has been a little bit of turn for the spinners. That one looked like it did surprise Fourie a little bit. One ball left. Quick run. He's going to have to hurry, Fourie. He gets in, and umpire will signal. Looks like he's given it as runs. Has he? No. Signals buys. Or has he called a... There we go. There's the buy signal from the umpire. So medic thought he was being called onto the field. So no medic required. Into the over. 16 gone. 84 for 9. Looks like some running repairs for one of the PE boys. So it is PT, the player that's down. I thought that hit him on the hand, so not 100% sure on what is quite wrong with him. It looks to me like the doc was actually looking at his leg. He's up and running. So back to the job at hand. PE want to finish this innings off, and we're going to have a change of bowling for PE. Veja. Ernesto Veja will be the new bowler for PE, bowling his pace. We haven't seen any of that yet in the game so far, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with a little bit of pace on the ball. He's been sort of earmarked as arguably one of the fastest around at schoolboy level, has Veja. Bowls his left arm over the wicket, and good start from him. First ball on the money, bowling to Fourie again, and the secret there is the length he's found very quickly in his first two balls. Good length, and Fourie just putting his foot down the pitch. Still lots of balls left in this innings. He gets that one out the middle, but the field placing is good. The man at mid-on is very square, so it will just be the single. A little bit unorthodox, the field placing here. This wicket used for first team rugby, so the pitch not running quite parallel. So you just got to be careful of your angles. Outside off again. So one single, 3 dot balls. That's a good start from Veja. Oh, bit of confusion. I don't want that to Hellenic. That probably should have been a single, and the two batters need to be a bit more alert to the opportunities. Perfect opportunity, just dab it on the offside and run. No calling. Schoolboy error. I'd like to think at this level that we've learned how to call. Clearly not. And Banks plays it well. Dot ball will end that over. So end of 17, 85 for 9. Interesting. Point decides to let that one bounce. He's quite deep at backward point, maybe just caught on his heels. They've just got to be careful, PE. They want to finish this game off, or this innings rather. Quick single. Banks will get back. He gets Fourie back on strike. I think Fourie would back himself against T20. He's a big, strong lad, and no doubt he won't die wondering. But a bounce. It's very batsman-esque from Fourie. Just dabs it on the leg side for a single. Quiet little clap from the Hellenic dugout. They've let themselves down today, Hellenic. They haven't batted well. Dot ball. Single again to Banks. So, end of the 18th, 89 for 9. Outside edge from Banks, pushing hard, and he should come back for 2, and does. So it's a good start from the over for Hellenic. Pity finishing his set, 4 overs, 2 for 19. Veja into his second, 2 off the first ball. It's a good start to the over for Hellenic. Quick single. The fielding's been good from Prince Edward, but once again maybe just guilty of hanging back a little bit sometimes, I guess, on smaller fields, trying to save the boundary. But my thought would be is that having Hellenic 9 down, your close-in fielders are there to save the single. That should have been stopped. So Fourie on strike, Veja. And he goes big, does Fourie. He's got enough on it, and that will go for 6. So much needed runs here for Hellenic. Veja, he's stuck to that length, which has troubled Hellenic, but on this occasion Fourie just waiting for it and managing to smear that over a shortish cow corner for 6. That's a good shot from Fourie. He stuck to the length, has Veja, and he's gone a little bit deeper on this occasion, has Fourie. He's got it behind square. 4 more to the total. All of a sudden, Fourie, 23 off 20 balls. A bit of rear guard here from the tail end of Hellenic. This partnership now, 26 runs. Valuable. It just shows you what kind of trouble they were in. And we might find that all it's really going to save are some blushes for the men in grey, because I don't think they've got enough on this size field. Wicket looks pretty good. Veja. He leaves it alone, does Fourie, and the umpire assists him. Wide ball. So, good over this. 14 runs off it so far. And Veja will have to re-bowl that one. So 2 balls. Can Hellenic bat their 20 overs, get themselves to maybe 120, even at a push, maybe 130. There's the edge. But at this stage of the game, there will be no slip in place. So 1 more to the total. Let's hope that Banks and Fourie have spoken to each other and just said, don't worry about the last ball, just make sure you don't get out, because we have enough off this over. No need to throw it away. Let's use the last 6 balls we've got and try and get up to that 120 odd, 130 maybe. Exactly what they were meant to do. So end of the over, 104 for 9. So interesting from Prince Edward. Khumalo will just come and bowl 1 over. I guess that their game plan with what look a very good spin attack is that they're using their seam bowlers to just come and finish off an innings. Khumalo, who hasn't bowled yet in the game, will have to be on the money. He's been entrusted with the last 6 deliveries of the innings. Graydon Fourie on strike. 24 he's got. Can he capitalize on that? So great start to the last 6 balls. First ball 4. Fourie up to 28 off 22. Khumalo, not a great start, was very short. Short again, and Fourie, all he can do is dab that into the offside for a single. Brings Banks onto strike. 109 for 9, 4 balls left in the innings. Fourie needed to get that one away. He wasn't able to do so. Oh, both missed. They're going to run 2. I just feel that maybe they should have kept Fourie on strike. Anyway, they run the 2. So 2 more to the total. 111 for 9. Banks gets this one away, but it's really well fielded at backward point. Will only be the single. Maybe not a bad result. Fourie back on strike. He has 2 balls. What can he do? He love 2 sixes. Interesting, banging it in. I'm not convinced that this is where this bowler wants to bowl. His field is not set for that, but just looked like that gripped in the surface. So dot ball after the first one going for 4. It's been a good effort from Khumalo. And this time he will run him out. wide signalled by the umpire, but they're all out, so it doesn't really matter. They will get the extra run, but in the end, 112 for 9 Hellenic, and you just get the feeling that that's nowhere near enough. Good effort from Fourie at the end. I'll just show you how Hawk were. He gets 24 balls of that total of 112, batting at number 10. No, it is end of the innings. 113 we've got. Patel out for 12, Landman 4, Martel 4, Westerhoff 8, Skonken 11, Schloppe 17, Bernardi out first ball for 0, Villian Ron out for 5, Van Sale caught and bowled for 2, Fourie 29 of 24, and Benjamin Banks at the end 8 of 19. Bowlers were good. Moshope 2 wickets for him, Garwe got 2, PT got 2, and 1 apiece for Makatare and Chitemere.
St. George's with the second innings. Hellenic Academy posting a measly 113 in their allotted 20 overs. Soft dismissals and take nothing away from the bowling attack and bowling efforts from Prince Edward. They bowled consistent line and length, and it was difficult to get them away. Graydon Freese having some blushes for Hellenic, scoring 29 at the back end of that innings. Could that be the match-defining moment, his knock? We are all set here to start the second innings. And it looks like young Patel will open up the proceedings exactly how Prince Edward started, from the Botanical Gardens end. And hopefully he can bowl just as well as what the Prince Edward spinners bowled. He did open the batting, so he should know how difficult it was to score, and he should know which areas to put it in with that a bit of experience. Tell back of the length, a bit of bounce there, but we're underway here. Prince Edward off the mark, first ball. And Tunde getting off strike there and off the mark. Again, back of a length. And nearly inflicting a run out there. He's getting a bit of bounce here, is young Patel. Again, dot ball. Tunde finding it difficult here to score. Good lines, good lengths. And Shlope firing one in there. So Tunde off the mark now. Patel again. Good areas. We've got one more ball left in the over, and Patel does well to open up here. Just going for the 2 runs off that first over, so good lines, good areas, and that's Prince Edward in that first over 2 without loss. Much better start than Hellenic in terms of not losing a wicket. And coming in from the city end is Banks. Right arm seamer here. So much different attack to Hellenic Academy have, preferring the seam up option. Fortunately, just not finding his radar there. So leg buys signaled by the umpire. Chitamere on strike now. Charging in goes Banks off the length, and good running there from Prince Edward. Soft hands, dropping it short, and these two reading each other well. Quick single there. Much better second ball there from Young Banks. Again, back of a length, but carved through the covers for the first boundary. Cracking shot there from Tande. Elegant as you like. Short wide, and he punished it. Short wide, and umpire has signalled that a wide. So a bit all over at the moment is Young Banks. Just needs to settle into rhythm. On the legs there, hit the pads, and unfortunately Westhoff trying to inflict the run out there, overthrows. Bernardi, the big left arm, rocket of an arm, and that's leg byes again for Prince Edward. Much better there. Chitamere using his feet, coming down, trying to put Banks off his line and length. And he's equal to the task. Dot ball. Can he finish strong here? The young fast bowler from Hellenic. He can. He's finished off that over very well. Another dot ball. It's Edward going steadily so far. 12 for no loss after the 2 overs. They are chasing 114 to win here, and Hellenic need to start picking up wickets if they're going to keep themselves in this game. Patel to come in from the Botanical Garden end again. He had a good first over, did Patel. Nudged for one. He'll be a bit upset there with Patel for going for that single. Using their feet nicely, our Prince Edward batters, trying to throw the bowlers off their length, but he's managed to york himself to Chitamere. So Patel won't be too upset about that. Again, good areas. Chitamere trying to take the attack to Hellenic, using his feet early. Shorter there from Patel. Again, very good over here. It's just gone for the one so far. 2 balls left. Tidy. Into the covers for nothing. Fantastic over there from young Patel. Has done well to stop the runs, dry it up. We are only 3 overs into this chase. Prince Edward just trying to start getting on the front foot. Chitamere signalling his intention, using his feet early. Tande batting well out of his crease. And tucks it off his pads, down to fine leg for one. So after that strong over from Patel, they've picked up where they left off by rotating the strike. Banks comes charging in. Again, tucking him up. Much better line and length there. Chitamere didn't really know what was going on there. Tunde on now. Swatted straight through the covers. And another boundary there from Prince Edward. It's just too short here from Banks at the moment. He hasn't settled into his rhythm yet. Much better. Back of the length. He's responded well after getting hit for 4 through the covers. Nudge down to wide third man. Taking the strike. At 24, no wickets at the moment of Prince Edward. You'd like to think that Hellenic need to pick up some wickets soon if they're going to keep themselves in this fight. Attacking field set here. Catching cover. Patel. Again, tucking Chitamere up just for the 1. But regardless, he's still ticking the score along, and that's the end of the over. It is 21 for the loss of nothing after 4. They're currently going just over 5s. Patel to carry on from the Batang Garden end. Joining me in commentary is Ian Riley. Ian, how have you found this game so far?
Oh, it's been quite good. Hellenic struggled a little bit in the first innings, batting. Here we have Patel coming into bowl. Nice quick run taken there, just pushing it off the pads. But going back to that Hellenic innings, they gave away wickets too often and in silly ways.
Definitely. Patel rolling tight lines again.
Nearly a little bit mix up there with the batsman.
Solid call there from his partner, sending him back. Tunde, the more aggressive of the two, turning it off his legs.
Very good running there. Nice quick single coming through.
Patel not having it his own way like he did.
That's what I see.
Big heave there, but it's working out for Prince Edward, getting 2 runs, coming back to the second one easily. A little bit sluggish there with not sliding the bat in, could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah, but Prince Edward ticking the scoreboard over nicely. That's all they need to do. They just need to carry on getting singles, and they don't have to go anything fancy here.
I hope you're not streaming on that side.
And he's got him as Patel straight through the gate. And Chitamere, who didn't look confident at all, has been bowled. Great line and length there shown from young Patel. Pick up the first wicket of the innings.
Yeah, Patel's been bowling very well. Nice, constant line and length there, drawing him in for the shot and just completely misread it.
That was absolute peach of a ball. I think he has learned from Prince Edward. The spinners of Prince Edward did a very good job for them. And it's hard to score on this wicket if you don't get yourself in.
It's quite interesting that Prince Edward only brought on seamers at the 16th over. Another very good ball. Big run taken.
Poor fielding, absolutely poor fielding, both point and short third man sitting on their heels. There should never have been a single there. Ending over there, 26 for the loss of 1 after 5. And just to pick your brain a bit, Ian, if you were on the field at the moment, what would you be trying to say to your colleagues to try and cheer them up?
I think with the field, you've got to get a little bit more tighter. You want to try and restrict all the easy singles and twos, and sort of, because it's not a big total that you're trying to defend. So the more dots you can get in a row, the better, putting pressure on the batting side. And I think coming from the batsman's perspective is, just keep the runs ticking slowly, keeping it 5 and over.
That's a big no ball to start off with. Martel taking over the reins from Banks, and he's given away a free hit. Makatare doing the right thing. Tande, who's looked aggressive, has got a chance to have an absolute heave at this.
Free hit signalled by the umpire there. That looked like another one.
Great follow up there from Martel. Full wide, and had no chance there. There we go again. Looks like potentially could have been another one, but we don't have the benefit of side on per se.
Yeah.
Another no ball from Martel. He can't get his right. I think Tande will be kicking himself that he got the single there. Maybe I don't think any batsman would hate to have a free dip at anything.
Yeah. Especially if you can't guard bar a run out.
That's another no ball. Free hit for young Martel. He just needs to get his run up right here. And they can change the field because it's not the same batsman on strike, so pushing the fielder back off camera, much better. And again, in the hole, and there's nothing you can do about that. Fantastic effort there from Martel.
When you find as a pace bowler and you're overstepping the mark quite consistently, how do you fix that?
I think you just got to believe in your rhythm that you're setting for yourself. I think bowling's very rhythmical, and if you can't get yourself into a rhythm, no matter what, you're going to have a tough time of it. He settled in quite nicely here now as Martel, finding his areas. Good fielding with his own bowling there.
Good awareness from the batsman to get straight back into his crease.
Martel, he's finishing off well here. After that, in his own words, probably disastrous opener. That no early. Again, beautiful bowling there from Martel. Great areas, great lines. Let's see there. Again, look close to being another no ball.
Yeah, very close.
Very, very close there.
He's flirting with that no ball line anyway. Much better step. Oh, top edge.
Yeah.
But safe.
There's the difference between the two sides. When Hellenic skied it in the air, there always seemed to be a Prince Edward fielder under it. When it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
Yeah, they had set their field very well, the Prince Edward guys.
Did they set their field very well, or do you think Hellenic went out there to give them catching practice?
I think a bit of both.
Take nothing away from Prince Edward, just let to take the catches, but it looked like a bit mediocre. Patel, unfortunately, can't stop that one, going straight through his legs, but it's alright, only the one there, and that ends an eventful first over from Martel, going for 7 with 2 no balls, so I don't think he'll be too happy with himself after that effort. And a very early change here. Matthew Skonken is an under 19 player. He's not bad with the ball in hand. He bowls leggies.
This is going to be a very good test for the batsman here.
I think there's a big difference in a leg spinner and an off spinner. Off spinners, you can consistently find your line and length. You might find a couple of short balls here.
Yeah.
Short, as predicted. Banks does well, stops that, saving the blushes.
I think that came up quite quickly on the batsman there. Oh, good shot.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, he's threaded it through. The power play is over, so there are a lot more fielders out of the ring. So 4 runs there to Makatari, 37 for 1. Prince Edward.
Much better ball there.
Again, I think there's the difference between the two sides. Prince Edward looked sharp in the field. Landman just fumbling that a little bit.
Giving the chance.
Back of a length.
Nice.
Again, Landman pick it up on the run. But great running there from the two Prince Edward batters, Tunde and Makatare. And interesting coach John O'Campbell from the Hellenic Academy. He says that he's seen Tunde play and boy can he bat. So if they don't get him out early, he'll set himself in very quickly. 15 or 16 balls. He's doing quite well at the moment is Tunde Prince Edward. Skonkin just needs to find his areas here. Bowling it a little bit too short.
That was a much ball. Good line and length there. Be interesting to see if there was quite a bit of turn in that one. The batsman just looked like he had played it relatively well.
Solid technique showing there from young Makatare. Positive in his defence. And that's the key to batting, I think, is always being positive. As soon as your negativity shows, that's when you start making chances, gifting chances.
Yeah, Prince Edward are moving at a steady pace here, not letting themselves get bogged down in the. Even though it is a low score, you'll find some teams tend to take a lot more time than they need, which is nice to see.
Well, two schools of thought. You come out swinging for the hills, or you pace yourself, and they've decided to pace themselves, and it's shown. They're more solid. 39 for 1 after 7. It's nothing exciting, but that scorecard could have read 39 for 8 if they'd come out swinging. So good measured effort here from Prince Edward.
And that's what I think some people got to realise is the steadier approach the better one than the hitting approach, and sometimes they both pay off, sometimes they don't.
Batting's all a time game. If you give yourself time, you can always swing, but you need to be able to be there to do the swinging. So that's definitely, I think, where Hellenic Academy went wrong. Is they came out swinging a bit too fast, and I don't think they knew how to stop themselves.
No, giving away very easy wickets in that first innings.
Soft wickets, soft.
And quite a few run-outs.
Yes. I was so dehydrated yesterday,
Much better line and link here from Martel. He's set rhythm, as I mentioned. And once he gets into that rhythm, he's like that old reliable. He'll put it there every single day of the week.
Now this is where, as a batsman, you've had 3 dot balls. You don't want to swing for it.
Slow ball there, looks like out of the back of the hand, but unfortunately just couldn't his line and length, given away the wide. And again, that's also where the difference has been. Prince Edward hardly gave away any extras. There's been quite a few so far already, barring the favourable glances off the pad and stealing a quick single. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. But
Yeah,
the wides and the no balls.
something that can be worked on.
Yeah. Interesting here from Tande. He's batting way outside his leg stump.
Ooh, not our chance.
And Tande doing well to get back in there. Martel, unfortunately, off balance. Couldn't get the power behind that throw.
That was like a quarter chance for a run out, and that's all because of the build up of dots coming in, trying to steal runs here. But nothing came out of it.
Yeah, 40 for 1. It's not bad. It's not bad going. There's no need to take risks. Again, another dot ball. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered for Hellenic. Stem the run of the flow of runs, should I say. And Martel's doing well here. He's just gone for the solitary run, his own doing, bowling a wide. Otherwise, it's been a pretty perfect over thus far. The icing on the cake here probably would be getting his man Tande. I think Tande would be feeling a little bit under pressure, not scoring as much as what he wants to off this over. And fantastic into that over from Martel. Going for the solitary one. He ends that over. Scoreboard reads 40 for 1. 8 overs gone. They are going at 5s, are they, Prince Edward? They need to be going at just above 6. And maybe a couple more tight overs from Hellenic. And we could see some pressure being added. They need 74, do Prince Edward, to get over the line here. 12 overs in hand, 74 for 72. It's quite an easy equation. Nothing silly. Skonken there, getting his line and lengths. And Makatari just getting back into his crease in time. But could have been a whole lot different. See how the replay coming in. Just, oh, that's tight. From the naked eye, that's out. But we got the benefit of the replay. So hard done by there, I think. Lucky is Makatari.
Yeah.
Benefit of the doubt there. Who wants to be an umpire in situations like that? Wow, it's a good start here from Skonken, just feeding off Martel's pressure that he's built up.
No third umpire in this tournament.
I think even third umpire wouldn't want that decision. That was close.
Ooh.
There we go. Another one. Another dot ball. That's all they need. They need to carry on bowling those dot balls. 74 for 68 now. A lot of pressure being built on this Prince Edward batting lineup now. Skonken finding the right areas.
And that's what 2 good overs have done. Is you've got 11 dot balls barring the wide. Now how Prince Edward wants into this. Ooh, good fielding.
Great fielding there from Banks. Unfortunately, couldn't stop that run there. Amazing over there from young Matthew Skonken. Going for the solitary single there, and a lot of pressure back on the Prince Edward batting unit. Finishing that over 41 for 1. And now we have a look at that replay again of the run out. It's close. That's out. That's out. He's nowhere near his crease there. But again, the benefit of slow motion replays. Ending that over 41 for 1 after 9. And Hellenic Academy are finding their way back into this game. They might not be taking the wickets, but they are mounting a lot of pressure here.
Putting a lot of pressure on the batsman now.
lucky there, finding the outside half of the bat. Single to Schloppe, who's fielding at point. Tunde back on strike.
Ooh, good
Back
shot.
of the length. Nearly carries all the way down there. Again, I think the luck of the rub of the green is going the Prince Edward way at the moment. Hellenic just seemed to have picked out all the fielders. Prince Edward finding the gaps.
Marcel play shot down to fielder down there. Single. Still not looking at rushing this batting.
Oh,
Just give us another week.
Patel steaming in again. Right on the hole. And another dot ball. So more pressure applied.
Wasn't a very well timed shot. It looked like he was still playing through it.
Definitely. It's amazing what 2 good overs do to your side's confidence. Unfortunately, young Viljoen behind the stumps there couldn't get there.
Little snick off it.
Finding a timely boundary. Does Makatare.
Could say a lucky boundary there.
Still reads 4 on the scorecard. The scorecard doesn't show any pictures.
Yeah.
Tall steaming in again, yeah.
Very good reply.
Both bowling attacks have done that quite well today, is that they have gone for the odd boundary here and there, but they've always replied well. It hasn't just been a free-for-all and a mass of runs.
I think that's going to be a good thing to watch out for in this tournament, is how the bowlers reply to getting smacked. I think the teams that do reply very well to getting hit will do a lot better than others.
That's the end of the over there. 47 after 10. They require further 67 runs off 60 balls to Prince Edward. This partnership's going quite nicely. 22. It's ticking over very nicely for Prince Edward, but 47 for 1 after 10, chasing a small target of 114. Doesn't bode confidence well for any PE supporters, but the game's not over until it's over. Tonkin is coming in from the Botanical Garden and tidy, dot ball.
At what stage do you think PE would have to start considering upping the ante?
Wow, it's how long's a piece of string? I don't think there's a unique answer to that. I think they definitely are trying to go for it, but if there's no ball to be hit, you can't.
Yeah.
Culver in there trying to see if the umpire is still awake. His foot was firmly on the ground there, but still presence of mind from the keeper,
Just checking.
making sure that the umpire is awake, making sure the spinner is awake. Replay here of that.
His foot's off. His foot's firmly on.
His foot never left the deck. He just dragged it.
Yeah. But clever.
That's an unnecessary single if you are a supporter of Hellenic Academy right now. Good running from these two batsmen.
The running between the wickets has been very good, these two.
It's kifed it.
Going straight down.
Straight down Van Sale's throat. And that's what pressure does. It's unbelievable bowling here from the two, Skonken and Martel. They've applied a lot of pressure, and there's the breakthrough. Caught by Van Sale on the boundary. He steadied himself nicely under that high ball, and Makatare has gone for a tame 16 or 17. And that ends the 11th over, 48 for the loss of 2.
He hardly had to move for that catch.
Kamwemba just praying before he went on the field there. You can see how much it means to these boys in grey, as well as the boys in maroon. I think both sides will want to get off to a winning start. 48 for 2, 66 or 54, 8 in hand. It can be done on both sides.
Yeah, PE needing 7.3 and over now. They're currently going at 4.3. Yeah, and then at the rate Hellenic spelling now, they can just carry on at this pace.
Oh, John Mark Bernardi into the attack. Left arm seam. Can he pick up where his counterpart has left off? Martel, he bowled a good couple of overs there.
Starts off with a dot ball there.
Lucky to get away with that as a dot ball.
Could have been a wide. Close enough.
But again, who wants to be an umpire? It's very easy to sit in the commentary box and criticise.
Good cut shot, pushing for the 2.
He does well to keep that down to 2. That's the 50 up for Prince Edward. It's only taken them 11.2 overs to get there, but it still reads 50 on the scorecard. And Tundi still ticking over. 19 off 30 balls. Bernardi is right in good areas at the moment.
Well in good areas, making it hard for the batsman to score there.
Again, very, very lucky to get away with that. And even the batsman's asking the umpire, what of?
Not getting any reply from the umpire.
Unfortunately, once the decision is made, it's made, eh? And finally,
he gets the wide.
Finally, the wide does get called. That's the cruelty of this game. It's a game of inches. Oh, big swing and a miss. Great disguise slow there from Bernardi.
I think it's Tandy starting to want to try and get a move on notch.
8 overs to go. You've still got 60 odd runs to make. You can't keep the slow and steady approach. Tucks it away into the leg side for 1. And Finish off a tidy over there for Bernardi. Only going 4 in that over. 52 for 2. PE are making this a lot harder for themselves than what they need it to be. But you've got to give credit where it's due to the boys in grey. They aren't giving up easily. After only scoring 113, you could have gone to sleep quite easily. But they've proved that they still want it, and they're still in it. Skonken to finish off his 4 overs. Kamwemba on strike, a keeper from Prince Edward. Tundi rather. Straight down the ground to long off, only getting the single.
Oh, you can have a look at Skonken's bowling figures here. 3 overs, 9 runs, not bad. 1 wicket.
Not bad at all for a leg spinner. That's very good going, especially after his first over where he kept dropping it a bit too short. He's responded well. Responded very well, has young Skonken. Fortunately, Banks can't stop that one, but it's only a single. 54 for 2. Dot ball there from young Skonken. Skonken again, just going for the single. Tundi, you can see the intention here to let his arms loose a little bit.
They are trying to open up slightly a little bit, but not really working out for them, just getting a couple of singles.
Unlucky there. Young Viljoen just didn't get the ball in his hands there, but that was a chance. Definite chance there. And that's the 13th over done and dusted. 55 for the loss of 2 wickets. They need another 59 runs or 42 balls. And with that, there will be a change in the commentary box. Ian Riley taking over the reins for a bit.
Good little glance down and a quick single. Run rate still at about 4.2. PEs need to start looking at increasing their run rate, but Hellenic are bowling very well, not giving much away here. Nice slower ball there, just gripping in the surface. Sit taken by PE here. Bernardi with a slightly wider ball. Batsman looking at the umpire again, wondering if he was going to call it. Tundi going at a rather slow rate, 23 off 36, 38, sorry. Another quick single taken. Oh, shouldn't have tried to bounce that so hard.
Big shot in the slot from Bernardi, and boundary breaks the shackles for Prince Edward. It's been a long time coming. I've struggled to find the boundary, and that one sails over for 6. Just in the slot from Bernardi, and a good shot from Kamwemba, moves him to 8 or 5. Bit of width, should only be the 1. Fari does the necessary on the cover boundary. So into the over. 65 for 2, 49 of 36 required for Prince Edward. That equates to 8.17 runs per over that they'll need to win the first game of the tournament. Current run rate 4.64 is what they're going at. The good position they're in. They're only 2 down. They've missed a stumping, Hellenic, and it's going to be a change of bowling. Graydon Fari, he's got some pace about him. I don't know if that's the right thing to do here. Pace on the ball. It's worked so far for Hellenic, taking the pace off. Fari, first look at him, he's got some real pace. Sometimes maybe a little bit erratic, but he's a kind of bowler that when he does get it right, he's really tough to face. And 65 for 2 after 14. Kwamemba on strike. Fari. Short, pulled. He's done well, I think, has Fari. No, I don't think that was 4. So they'll pick up 2. 2 short from Fari. Short in the air. Oh, hasn't read the spin as Van Sale. Oh, that's a boy error. That's really poor fielding. Should have known that that was going to spin. 2 short deliveries from Fari. Needs to get it right here. 71 for 2 now. Good start to this over from Prince Edward. Goes again. Top edge. Runs away for 4. No, it doesn't. It's just the 2. Does well, does Skonkin. So just the 2. They get it right, does Fari. At run rate now below 8s. That's 4 short balls. And dealt with every time. So it's going a bit pear-shaped here for Hellenic. 12 off the over. Run rate now 6.94. Fari really struggling. In the air, and Martel has put him down there once. Chance to pick a wicket. Goes again, another chance, and this time Patel does hold on. So maybe not too much harm done. Hellenic needed something. It hasn't been a great over from Graydon Fari. It's brought the run rate right down but they now pick up that wicket. Much needed for Hellenic. I just feel that it's still a bridge too far for them. They're going to have to rely on bowling and continue picking up wickets, because 36 of 30 balls is what Prince Edward need to win this game. Komwemba still there. He's been joined by Veja, the left arm seamer. Bernardi is going to continue from the clubhouse end. Tries to run it. Does Veja. Goes big, edge. Should just be the single, down to third man. And just delayed, so 2 more to the total. They need to be awake here, do Hellenic. Wide, says the umpire. Goes short again, and Veja, new man at the crease, just helps himself to a 4 down the leg side. So 7 off this over so far, and run rate now 6.44 required, and it's definitely Prince Edward's game to lose here. Good cricket from Prince Edward. Smashed down the ground, and a fumble allows for 2. Ten off the over so far. Still a ball to go. 88 for 3. Komwemba on strike. Goes big again. Martel does the necessary, so single to end. 11 off the over, and Prince Edward comfortable. 26 required of 25 balls. Still 7 wickets in hand. So, change of bowling from the north end. Benjamin Banks, he's bowled 2 overs for 13. He'll be going to Komwemba. Down the ground, Faree tidies up. So, single off the first one. Good from Prince Edward. change of field. So square leg up into the circle, cow corner back. Playing a miss from Veja. So good from Banks, good length. Might have heard that in the commentary. Bat to ball is the shout from the Prince Edward dugout. That's all he needs to do. Just get bat on ball. Well between the wickets of Prince Edward. Goes down the ground this time. Little double step. Fumble. And again, Hellenic guilty of not collecting the ball. And Prince Edward get back for 2 more. Got him. Misunderstanding, that's sometimes what happens when you're looking for the quick single. Landman is the net cover. Simple little run out for him. And Veja is run out. Landman was the field. So Chikwana comes to the crease. He won't be facing. It will be Komemba on strike. He was run out, Veja on the non-strikers end. So Ryan Komemba 20 off 12 balls on strike. 22 required off 20 deliveries. I'm not so sure that that was needed from Prince Edward. Just puts a little bit of pressure on again. Good over so far from Banks. 3 from it, down the ground again. Westhoff at mid-on. Oh, he's missed it. Should only be 2. Bit of pressure on the neck, and they're not coping with it at the moment. 2 more to the score. 20 off 19. Big shot again to Westhoff. This time just the single. More importantly, Mwemba has got himself back on strike, and that's good. So 95 for 4 after 17. They need 19 off 18 deliveries. Prince Edward, 6 wickets in hand. They should get home here. So Ronak Patel, change of ends for him. He's going to bowl from the south end of the ground. Goes 1 for 8. Goes full. Big appeal for caught behind. And they're going to have a chat, the umpires. He's definitely caught it. And the question is whether or not he's nicked it, so I'm not so sure what they want to chat about. It's come off the arm. There's the highlights, so definitely given him. I can't really see if there was a nick there, but they've had a chat, the umpires, and they've given him out. I'm not so sure what antics he's doing on the field there. He needs to get off. That's not good from schoolboys. You've been given out, you go. So a bit of a fumble from the wicketkeeper, Viljoen, off the forearm I think it was. He's picked him up. It's a good start to the over for Hellenic. And the in-batsman Komemba is out. Chikwana joins Mushope at the crease. Big thing for Hellenic here, none of them have faced a ball yet. So 2 new batsmen at the crease, 19 of 17 required. They just need to keep the pressure on Hellenic. First ball of the over, Patel picks up a wicket. So Mushope will be on strike. 95 for 5. Patel needs to bowl a good over here. Dot ball. Arm ball from Patel. 2 dots. More importantly, wicket. That one's bounced a bit. 3 dots for Hellenic. Goes big again. I need to keep it to just the 1. He does have a good arm. Not out, says the umpire. So good running again from Prince Edward. Chance of a run out. The throw was decent. He does have a good arm, does Fourie. So a wicket. 2 dot balls and then a brace. So just 2 off the over so far. He's got 2 balls left, Patel. He needs to make sure he finishes well. He's going to be swinging Mushope. Full. It's done well, wicketkeeper. So sometimes really hard to keep to. Dot ball. 1 to leave, 2 finish. Can he finish it off, Patel? Hey, pushing hard. Skonken gets it to the keeper. So 3 runs off the over, a wicket, and all of a sudden 8 and over again needed. So 16 off 12 balls required for Prince Edward to win their first game. Momentum shift a little bit in favour of Hellenic, but you'd still bank on Prince Edward winning this one. Banks is going to continue from the north end. He's bowled 3 overs for 19. Patel has finished with visible figures of 2 for 11 off his 4. Banks has been good, 3 overs for 19. Change in the field. He's moved his 3rd man back. Fine leg comes into the circle. He's got a man on the ring at square leg. He's got a cow corner back, and then on the offside in the ring, backward point and cover. Here goes Banks to Mushope. Dot ball to start. Bounce. Needs a good one here, Banks. Whoever's going to bowl that last ball, last over rather, needs as many to protect as possible. Banks goes big. Fourie's quick. He's got a good arm as well, but he's not going to stop that one. It's again poor fielding from. So 2 off the second ball. Just taking his eyes off the ball, Fourie. Fumbles it, and PE get back for 2. 14 off 10 required. 100 up for Prince Edward. 100 for 5. Slower ball. Big appeal from Hellenic. Banks was interested. I think the wicket keeper maybe just supporting his bowler. He didn't look too excited. He's got a good slower ball, does Banks. He's got a pretty good Yorker as well. So 2 off the first 3 balls. (14 off 9 balls required. Goes full. Dot ball. May appeal again. Umpire says no. 2 balls left. 14 off 8. Banks, full again. It's been a good over. He needs to finish it off. Just the 2 off it. Needs a good ball here, Banks. If he can leave the last over needing 14, Hellenic could pull this out of the fire. Change of guard now. Looks like he's going to stump Mushope. What's Banks got? Slower ball. I think it's got to be a Yorker. Goes full, and it's a tough one for the wicket keeper, but probably should have stopped that. So a bye will finish the 19th and 13 off the last over that Prince Edward will require. And have to see who's going to bowl this last one. It's going to be Josh Martell, senior player, Zim under 19 squad. He's bowled well in the game so far. (13 required. I need an early boundary to Prince Edward. 3 overs for 14. I need to get this field right as well. I could get away with just ensuring that all their fielders are on the ring. Interesting though, mid-off is up, so he's got to make sure he doesn't give him any width. Right, here we go. Last 6 balls of the game. Martell to Mushope. Right, so mid-off goes back. He's got a 45 in on the ring on the leg side. Backward point. Man at covers, and he needs to save it from going for 2. Oh, that's not good cricket from Hellenic. What are they doing? What are they doing? That's really poor. They weren't even looking for 2, and lack of communication from the 2 fielders. So Mushope on strike, 2 off the first ball, 11 required of 5. Dot ball, 11 or 4. Martell, 4 balls left in this innings. Prince Edward, need 11. More importantly, just the 1. Ten off 3. It's full. Just needs to be 1. Landman misses. Goes with 1 hand. Believe that he's going with 1 hand. Poor. Oh, they're coming back for 3. I don't believe this. That's just so poor. So poor from Hellenic. Three runs off that. Can you believe it? 7 required now from 2. really average cricket from senior first team boys. You just got to make sure you stop the ball. And they've brought Prince Edward right back into this. It's one hit away. Down the ground. Bernardi's at mid-on. He's got to just save the single. That's what he's done. It's, 6 from 1. He's got to hit this out the park to win it for his team. Chikwana. Five will tie it. You're not going to get a 5. Having said that, the way Hellenic fielded, they might get 5. But this goes out the ground and Prince Edward win. Martel. It's been a good over so far. It's a great delivery. Can allow the 2. Oh. No. So they come back for 3, and Hellenic will win by 2 runs. That is the end of the game. Hellenic have done it. Got to be said, some really poor fielding from Hellenic allowed Edward back, but take nothing away from their efforts. They were good in some areas, they were poor in others. Prince Edward should be a bit disappointed. They bowled well this morning, managed to restrict Hellenic to 113, and in the end Hellenic winning by 2 runs to register their first victory. That's the scorecard for Prince Edward. It was a good start. Chitemere was bowled by Ronak Patel for 6. Tandi was good. He got 30 of 42. Makatere 16 of 25. Kamwembe was caught by the wicketkeeper Cole Falloon in the end, 23 of 15. He was misstumped, dropped on the boundary. Run out of Veja, which was probably not needed, and the last 2 batsmen just unable to find the boundary. Bowlers for Hellenic, Patel really good, 2 for 11 or 4. Ben Banks was good as well, 1 for 21 or 4. Josh Martel, who bowled the final over, 1 for 24 or 4. Skonkin was good, 4 overs, 1 for 11. Bernardi, a little bit expensive. He was 25 of his 3 overs. Graydon Faree bowled just the 1. He picked up a wicket, 1 for 13. In the end, Hellenic winning, not convincingly, by 2 runs.